The brazen pro-EU campaigner stood at the end of rows of seats of people who had gathered to watch Mr. Farage as he delivered an irexit in conference at the RDs in Dublin, but crowds began to boo and cry "traitor" as the anti-Brexit protester defiantly waved his EU flag. The video shows one audience member who was less than impressed, as he rose from his seat to angrily point at the protester and shout at him to leave. As the situation escalated, security bosses quickly ordered the protester to leave. GETTYTWITTER. An anti-Brexit campaigner crashed Nigel Farage's irexit speech. What on earth is going on in the politics of this country? Nigel Farage, as the man was escorted out of the building, the audience erupted into a rapturous round of applause. It comes after Mr. Farage received a frosty welcome in Dublin last night ahead of his irexit speech. The former UKIP leader was heckled as he was walked towards Trinity College. A group of people stood outside, where one person shouted to him, "Go back to where you came from," speaking at the irexit Freedom to Prosper conference, along with a number of other Irish commentators including Cormac Lucy and John Waters today. The MEP recalled the austerity of the post-2008 European bailout of the Irish state and urged citizens to rebel against Brussels. The MEP said, "What on earth is going on in the politics of this country? How much more humiliated can the Irish nation be than for years being run by the Troika?" Twitter. The protester was ordered to leave Ireland. Spending plans were scrutinized by representatives of the European Commission, European Central Bank and IMF, known as the Troika, and strict spending cuts imposed. Nigel Farage added the indignity a few years back of your budget being seen by the German government before it was put to that oil. EU funding has helped Ireland overhaul its infrastructure and benefited its agriculture enormously, Mr. Farage said. The country was not even a net beneficiary of EU funding anymore. Monday, January 16, 2017, he told a sizable conference of supporters, "You are paying into the European budget," and your Taoiseach said in Strasbourg the other week he is happy for Ireland to pay even more into the European budget. "Are you pleased about that?" Leo Varadkar said he was open to contributing more for things which advance the European ideal, such as structural funds for Central and Eastern Europe to help them unlock economic potential. But Mr. Farage said the perception of the media across Europe is that Ireland is very pro-European, very servile to the demands of Brussels. Farage is urging Ireland to leave the EU. "I don't think Ireland is a pro-EU country. I think the political, media and big businesses in Dublin, they're the ones." He suggested it was Irish civil servants lining the pockets in Brussels who supported the EU, to cheers from the crowds. He added, "They love it. They love it." He said, "What on earth is going on in the politics of this country? How much more humiliated can the Irish nation be than for years being run by the Troika?"